Let's go for a ride in BMW's new i3 electric car. You can see out the window right now we're in Malaga Cove Plaza, and that's the fountain with King Neptune on the top. So you press start, you release the electric parking brake, you select drive, and off we go. Most BMWs have a real great exhaust sound, and this one, all you hear is maybe the tires and a little bit of wind noise. And if you put up the window, it's so quiet. It's really whisper quiet. The great thing about an electric car, of course, is that you never need to put gas in it. Although, BMW does offer an option on the i3, which is called the range extender. This car does not have it. It's about a $4,000 option. And what that does is it gives you about an additional 75 miles or so of range if you happen to run the batteries low and you're far from a charging area. That actually uses a BMW 2-cylinder motorcycle engine, and it has about a 2-gallon gas tank, so it doesn't weigh very much. Is it worth the extra price? Well, that's kind of up to the customer to decide, up to the buyer to decide, because if you live where there's charge points, and they're all over the place in LA, the charge point station, which is not related to BMW, it's a separate charging network. If you live close to those, you know, you don't really need to worry about running out of juice and having to get a tow truck, because you can use the quick charger like we did, and it recharges about 80% in about 20 to 30 minutes or so. Anyway, it drives really well. It's got great torque because electric motors come on super fast. They don't have to spool up like a internal combustion engine does, where it has to build up you know, compression and build up torque. So off the line it goes really well, and you can you can select from 3 different modes, driving modes. This one is called Comfort, and that gives you the best performance. Then there's one called Eco Pro and one called Eco Plus, and each level basically tunes the output for maximum efficiency so you can get the longest range. Now when you switch into those modes, you'll notice that the car seems to slow down. Like when you press the accelerator, it doesn't really go like it normally would. It feels like more of a slower vehicle, like it's going to run out of power or something. But basically what it's doing is it's conserving energy. And it also, on Eco Pro Plus, I believe, if you have the air conditioner on, it's going to make that be more efficient as well, so it doesn't use as much power. So overall, we've driven it for a couple days, and we're really impressed. It's quite an amazing vehicle. It's got a lot of unique architecture. They didn't use any off-the-rack BMW platform or anything. This is totally created for the electric vehicle. It has like a skateboard, imagine a skateboard underneath, made out of mostly aluminum, and in there is your battery pack and your electric motor. Then the body fits on top of that, and it's made out of composites. The door skins are like composite plastic, and if you look inside the door frames, you'll see actual carbon fiber. So it's a very lightweight vehicle, extremely lightweight, and that of course gives you the best range, because look at the view here, by the way. This is one of the best views in all of PV, and I can't stay here too long. It gives you the best range because you want to have a lightweight vehicle because there's less inertia, there's less mass to move around. So overall, you know, is it really a BMW is the big question. Does it feel like a BMW? The answer is no, of course. Of course not, because BMWs have a certain feel. They're sporty. You got a great exhaust sound, which of course this one doesn't have because there's no tailpipe whatsoever. All of the controls and the cabin ambiance is very European, almost Scandinavian. And it really does not feel, you know, if you were to cover the badges, you wouldn't know you're in a BMW. So they basically created a completely new thing. And we give them credit. It takes a lot of guts, and it obviously took a ton of money to do this because it has so many proprietary components in it. It's not just off-the-shelf, off-the-rack BMW hardware. Of course, there are some, you know, switches and knobs and things, and the iDrive controller seems to be shared with other BMWs. But I'll tell you, this is like a car from the future, both in terms of execution and the way it drives. And of course, being an EV, a pure EV, you don't need any gas. There's no tailpipe emissions because there's no tailpipe. You know, what can I say? It's a great car, and if you're in the market for an EV, definitely go check out the new BMW i3. So I got to come around over there and turn off the camera, and thanks for riding along with us. It's telling me something is going on here. Parking lights on, okay. Thanks again for riding along with us in the new BMW i3, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.